Nobody knows me, they just know what I show. They see me standing tall, never see me hit the floor. I smile like I'm okay, then I battle me alone. If they knew what was inside, they would never call me strong. I learned how to hide pain before I learned to explain it. Started calling it I'm good every time I couldn't take it. Everybody loves the version of you that never complains, but nobody asks what it costs you just to carry that face. I got memories I bury so deep I don't visit the grave. Got people that I miss but I pretend that I'm okay. Got questions in my head that I don't answer anymore, cause every time I open up somebody walks through the door. So I stopped telling people where the weakness really lives. Stopped expecting understanding from people I call friends. Now I keep my conversation somewhere underneath my chest, cause sometimes being honest makes you feel more alone in death. And I know that sounds dark, but that's the place that I was in, trying to make peace with every war I couldn't win. I was fighting with myself while everybody watched me fight. They thought I was chasing dreams, I was trying to survive the night. I remember staring at the ceiling asking what's wrong with me, knowing I was surrounded but still drowning silently. I could've called somebody but I didn't know what to say. How do you tell someone you're tired of waking up this way? I became good at disappearing without leaving the room, good at laughing with my friends while I was breaking underneath, good at saying I'm fine with a straight face and a grin, while 1,000 different versions of my past were closing in. And maybe that's the part nobody understands about pain. It doesn't always look like tears falling down in the rain. Sometimes pain wears confidence, walks straight, shakes hands, then gets home at midnight and collapses where it stands. I lost pieces of myself trying to become who they wanted. Gave everybody everything until there wasn't much left of me. Then they asked why I changed, like I woke up overnight. They never saw the 1,000 little moments that rewrote my life. I trusted people with my heart and watched them use it as a weapon. So now every new connection feels like another test. I don't hate it for the damage, but I hate what it created. A man who second guesses love before love even gets stated. I used to think being strong and never needing anybody. Now I know strength is admitting when the weight is getting heavy. But that's hard when your whole identity was built around surviving. When everybody calls you strong and nobody asks if you're tired. I've had nights where I questioned if the dream was worth the pain. Mornings where I looked in mirrors and didn't know the face. I kept moving because stop it would've forced me to remember every promise that I broke, every person I couldn't save. And I don't need applause for everything I've overcome. I just wish somebody noticed what it took to become this one. Cause people celebrate the mountain when they see you at the top, but nobody saw you crawling when your legs were ready to stop. That's why I don't tell the whole story. Every time somebody asks what's going on, gets a smile and I change the subject fast. Not because I don't have words, I got enough to fill a book. I just learned that people listen different when they don't understand the pain. So if you ever looked okay while your world was falling through, if you ever said I'm fine because you didn't know what else to do, if you're carrying a version of yourself nobody's ever seen, then maybe you understand exactly what I mean. Nobody knows me. They know the songs, they know the smile, they know the man I became, but they don't know how many times I had to rebuild my name. And maybe that's my truth. I wasn't hiding who I was protecting what was left of me after everything I lost. They know my name, but they don't know my story. If you've ever smiled through pain, tell me what you hide behind your glory. Nobody knows me. Yeah. They know the finished product, never witnessed all the pressure, never saw me lose myself just trying to make things better. They see the numbers, hear the music, think the story must be perfect. They don't see me fighting thoughts that tell me I don't deserve it. I had to learn that being broken doesn't mean that I am finished, that a scar can be a signature of every war I've witnessed. I stopped asking for permission just to become who I am, stopped explaining every choice to people who don't understand. I gave apologies to people who never gave me theirs, carried guilt for things that weren't even mine to bear. I spent years trying to prove that I was worthy of respect, and realized I was chasing validation from people unimpressed. So I started cutting ties with every voice that made me smaller, every person who was present but disappeared when I needed someone. I don't need a crowded room just to prove that I'm important. I'd rather stand alone than be surrounded by people who ignore me. Yeah, sometimes I miss them, that's the part I never mentioned. You can outgrow someone's presence and still feel the connection. You can know they weren't good for you and still wish they were different. You can close a chapter slowly while your heart refuses to finish. I've forgiven things I swore I'd never let myself forgive, not because they earned it, but because I wanted room to live. I got tired of carrying anger like it somehow kept me safe. All it did was make me relive every memory I wanted erased. I used to blame the world for every wound I couldn't heal. Then I looked inside myself and asked what part of this was real. Some pain wasn't mine to choose, some damage wasn't my fault, but healing became my responsibility the moment I wanted out. So I'm learning how to breathe without expecting something terrible, learning how to love without assuming it'll become unbearable, learning that one bad chapter doesn't mean the book is ending, and one person walking out doesn't mean I'm not worth defending. I've been through days where getting up felt like a victory. Nobody clapped, nobody knew, but that still meant something to me. Sometimes survival isn't loud, sometimes progress is invisible, sometimes making it to tomorrow is the strongest thing you're capable of. I don't need to be fearless anymore, I just need to keep moving. Fear could ride beside me, but it doesn't get to choose it. I got too much left to build, too much left to say, too many versions of myself that I haven't met yet today. And if the old me could see me now, he'd probably understand why every setback had to shake the way I learned to stand. I thought every closed door meant that I had been rejected. Now I see some doors were closed because they would have destroyed me. I stopped begging for a seat at tables that never wanted me, built my own and left a place for everyone who understands me. Not everybody deserves access to the person I become, because protecting your peace is not the same as running from love. I still have bad days, I still question where I'm going, still wake up with those memories that I thought I finally outgrown. But there's something different now when the darkness starts to speak. I don't believe every thought that tries to tell me I'm weak. I know who I am beneath the damage and the doubt. I know what I survived and I know what I'm about. I don't need everybody to understand the road I walk. The people who truly know me can hear it in the way I talk. So if you're listening right now and nobody knows your struggle, if you're carrying a heart that learned to turn itself to rubble, if you became the strong one cause nobody came to save you, I hope you know your silence never meant that you were painless. Maybe we're not strangers, maybe we're the same in different places, different names, different stars, but familiar tied faces. You don't have to tell the world everything you've been through, but don't let what they failed to see convince you it wasn't true. Because I spent too many years thinking nobody could know me, until I realized I didn't even let myself get close to me. I kept protecting every wound until protection became a prison. Now I'm opening the doors and letting life see what I've been missing. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I'm finally okay with that. I survived enough nights to know the sun always comes back, and if I fall again, I'll get up with a different kind of strength. Not the strength that says I'm fine, the strength that says I'm human. Nobody knows me, but maybe that's changing tonight. Because I'm done hiding every battle just to make everybody comfortable. I don't need you to see perfection when you look at me. I need you to see the person who refused to disappear. They thought I was hiding my pain, I was hiding the proof that I survived it.